Good morning. Today it is 6 months since I recorded the first video that I put on my channel. So today, what I wanted to do was basically, I've left the house exactly 12 hours before the bus that I want to get this evening leaves from Newquay bus station, and I wanted to see how much distance I could cover in those 12 hours. Unfortunately, I don't think that's really realistic today, because once again the dreaded leg cramp has got me this morning. So my left leg is again quite sore. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that. Just going to walk for a bit, see how it feels, and then keep going, I guess. It may be a bit of a struggle to run much today. I'm just gonna have to see if it stretches itself out. Bit of a shame because I was feeling really up for it, but I'll just have to see what I can do. I'm not sure exactly what's going on over the water there. Looks like some kind of carnival. So in my first video, I think I reached Newquay in 8 hours or so. Don't know what I'll manage today. I know on that day I did run a little bit, which may be a bit more difficult to do that today because of the cramp that I had. But also, I think in the summer I tend to take longer breaks. In the winter I wouldn't really ever stop for more than like 10 to 20 minutes at a time. From what I remember, I did not stop a lot on that day, but at least before I reached like Fourth Beach, since that was basically the end of the day anyway, and I had some time left after I got there before the bus was supposed to come. Of course, on that day, the only bus that I could have got was cancelled. Hopefully that doesn't happen today. The mud has well and truly returned this month. present as it was this morning. Well, it's still only like not long after 7 o'clock, so by this morning I mean 1 or 2 hours ago. Starting to see mushrooms. Seeing a bit of sun. Not sure how long it's going to last for. I think the forecast was like on and off, cloudy, sunny, rainy. So a bit of everything, I guess. Some nice waves. Early morning is like a different kind of quiet to night time. Mae hi'n hanner awr wedi 8 nawr. Dwi wedi cyrraedd yma yn gynnar iawn heddiw. Gnes I adael y tŷ yn gynnar iawn hefyd. Anyway, it's like sunny. I'm stopping briefly. I'm going to apply some sun cream because I don't want to be out in the sun for too long. So I'm going to do that quickly, then get going. Looking at whether it would be worth taking a route around Constantine, because I don't like walking across that beach. I don't really like walking on sand in general, and Constantine is like round about 1k. Through the golf course you can get around the beach, but it's a lot longer of a route to go that way. Having like this internal struggle right now. Should I try to run more or not? Because I can definitely feel my leg and it's probably not a good sign, but also I want to run. Am I going to get covered in sea foam today? out to be quite a windy day. Can still run like little bits at a time until my leg feels like it's gonna cramp again, but I don't think I can get my total average speed up to what I would like it to be. It's mostly because I had to stop to put on sun cream. That made my average speed go way down. But my average of like the time I've spent moving is not so bad. Mushrooms. Madar. So I'm here in broad daylight now, and I've still lost the path. The main path cuts like inland over there. I like to walk around the outside normally, but there is not really a well-defined path. Which is why I kept losing it when I was here in the dark. I do want to mention, like, that video came out a lot darker than what it was for me when I was actually experiencing it. Like, I could clearly see where the edges of the cliffs were and that. So there's no danger of me going too close to the edges. But in the video everything was like pitch black. It looks terrible. I also noticed when I got back, I went to recharge my head torch. I'm pretty sure I didn't have it on the brightest setting, which seems like a bit of a rookie mistake. Though I did think it was like plenty bright enough. I don't remember if it like remembers what you last had it on and that's what it defaults to. And I didn't check beforehand that both of them were on the brightest setting. Or I might have accidentally double clicked the button at some point, which would turn the brightness down. But yeah, the head torch I was using, it wasn't on the brightest setting. So if I do that again, I will make sure that I double check. Will just give me a little extra visibility. See, it's places like this where you can only really see the path because it's like flatter grass. That's why I kept losing it. I think I just walked straight through this gorse. Which is when I was saying, like, I know if I'm in the gorse, the path is to my right or there's a different path to my left. Speaking of gorse, the effect of walking through that. I do still have several scratches down my legs. Which I just find funny. See, even now when I'm here in daylight, I'm like, the path is not exactly easy to see. Especially after, how long have I been out? 5 hours of walking. My glasses are starting to get dirty from like the sea salt in the air. But like I said, I could easily see like the edges of the cliffs, and that it was starting to get light by the time I got here, which you won't have been able to tell that from the video. But I did mention it, like when I was over there in the car park, which is where I stopped to get a snack. Then I could see like the sky was actually getting light to the north. But even like out of the torchlight, I was able to see like the shadows. Well, not shadows, I guess silhouettes. Well, I could see a dark blob, which was the cliff that I'm walking on, and a slightly less dark blob beyond it, which was not the edge, like looking towards the sea. If that makes any sense. So I could tell like how far I was from the edges of the cliffs, just in case anybody thought I might have been putting myself in danger. I'm not sure exactly where I just lost the path though. I know I was on the path like around this point. I have a feeling that I lost it like right here, which is when I said I had to get my GPS out. Because I probably was walking like the other side of these gorse bushes. So I was like, I've walked this part enough times to know that I should start to see like that muddy bit of path there just ahead. And I didn't start to see that, so I was like, okay, which way am I going? I know I wasn't near the edge of the cliff, but I definitely was like, I think I must have gone down there somewhere, because I had to walk uphill a bit to get back onto the path. I think I came up inside of this gorse somewhere. That was the one confusing part. Well, it was very difficult to stay on the paths up here. But again, like, if I were to do this at night again, that's something just to bear in mind. If I keep my GPS in my pocket for this section, I can just check whether I'm on the path or not. Yeah, it definitely was somewhere around here that I lost the path, because I remember finding it again here. So I must have come up like just here somewhere. Really wish the beach down here were not closed to the public. So it looks like it would have been really nice to explore, but dangerous cliffs and that. It's been closed for several years, and I don't think there are plans to reopen it. So I was thinking I should have gone back and rewatched my first video and just like do the same thing, just say all of the same things and all that, but I'm doing it in the summer instead. Could have done like a side by side what everything was like in winter compared to summer. All I get now is wind. Mae hi yn 11 o'r gloch nawr. So I'm not yet halfway through the time that I've got for today, which is interesting. Wind is getting pretty bad. Six hours in, 6 hours left to go. Need to find some way to clean my glasses at some point. Not too far to Newquay now. From here on, probably no running. I don't know. I think it's a bit safer not to, just because of the cramp I had this morning. But I don't really know like how much my legs would stand if I were to run. Suppose all this stuff is them setting up for the festival thing. Boardmasters, is it called? Got just over 5 hours left. Was wondering if I would make it to 75. That's kilometers, not like whether I'd live to 75. So I guess maybe I should wonder about that anyway. I don't know, I was hoping to do like double marathon by the end of the day, but I don't want to do that after I got cramp this morning. But if I just maintain like my walking pace for 5 hours, I would hit 75k. But I don't know if I'll do that either, because I need to take some sort of break at some point, I think, quite soon. I need to eat something really. To be honest, if I make it to 70 kilometers, that will undoubtedly be the furthest that I've walked in a day. I'm not sure exactly what my furthest is at the moment, but it's definitely not 2 or past 70. I only know it's somewhere in the 60s. I've done like 60 or more a few times on my channel, but on those days, like, I haven't tracked how much I walked off camera. I only know it won't have been enough to make it up to 70. I think when I came here overnight, I don't know, I might have been up to 64-ish. I'm not quite sure about the other times where I've done more than 60. But I think all of them would have been like in the lower half of the 60s. It's a good spot to take a quick break. Just ate like 300 grams of dried fruit. Don't want to know how much sugar that is. But I hadn't eaten anything since Traverse Head when I stopped there briefly. So that should keep me going for a while, I guess. Now is the part where I just walk around the outskirts of Newquay. Well, I did 50k in 8 hours today. Going to keep going. Still got 3 hours and 45 minutes-ish. Apparently I reached a dead end here. Turn around and go back. Progress is a bit slow when you have to go through the busy parts. Should still make 70k. By the time I have to leave. But it's not looking like much more than that now. That's assuming I can like walk at normal speed anyway. River looks really nice. Supposedly this is the coast path. Slightly overgrown. I think this should go down somewhere you can cross the river, but I think we're coming up to high tide right now. So it will be submerged at the moment. There is a bridge down there. I don't know now. I don't know if I can keep going until 70. Because I'm starting to really feel my left calf muscle. Oh. It's just like every so often. So sharp pain. Not so nice. This is the main crossing of the river. Guess I am walking down the river for a bit. Perhaps that will soothe my woes, by which I mean make my leg stop cramping. Oh, this looks a bit treacherous. Well, I've done it over 60 now. It's maybe time to just think about heading to the bus stop. At least if my leg doesn't feel any better, like relatively soon. But I kind of expected this, to be honest. When you wake up with cramp and your leg is kind of sore all day, at some point it starts feeling like it's just going to stop working. May have reached something impassable without wet feet. So I guess walk back up the river. Kind of making my decision for me right there. I guess I should prioritize finding my way to the bus station and then just see what happens from there. Depends how much time I've got left, what my distance looks like, and so on. I wasn't sure whether I should have worn shorts today, but the way the weather's turned out, definitely should have. See the headland and the sea again. I know where I am now, and I know where the bus station is, so 4k to go and an hour to do it, so I think this worked out fine in the end for getting to 70. My leg doesn't feel too bad now. GPS has just warned me about low battery. Thankfully for me, I have less than 200 meters left. 70.04. Have a quarter of an hour till the bus goes, so may as well just wait at the bus stop. 94,362 steps according to my watch. Really want to know what happens when it gets to 100k. I got home and then I was pacing about a bit. I did get the step count up to 100k and it works. So I thought it only shows 5 digits, but it turns out once you get to 100k it shows 6. So that's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave it a like and subscribe to the channel for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Let's see if I can get that to appear on the camera at all. The numbers that it shows are very formulaic. Like the calories it says you've burned is just a multiple of how many steps you've taken, and so is the distance it says you've travelled.